I think there's a common human experience that we have these days, especially as millennials. I'm an elder millennial. I'm at the very end, but uh, I was talking to my brother about it, and there's like this feeling of not being an adult, you know, and I know people in their 70s that have that same feeling. They're like 75, like, you know, my meditation teacher, he's been teaching meditation for like 40 years, and whenever he teaches a retreat, at the start he has this imposter syndrome of like, I don't know what I'm talking about, I don't know what I'm doing. So I think we all have it to a certain extent. It's part of the human condition, but I think there's this feeling of like, I don't know if I can do this. I know I have it so often. I just lack the trust in myself, and I wrote this down in my notes like a few years ago, that anxiety is a lack of trust in self, or a lack of trust in general, but I think that starts with the self. And I should probably just read that every day, because it's like, I forget, you know, it is something that needs to be fostered and cultivated. But yeah, just like this, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I just have this like this belief, this feeling so much of the time, like, I don't know if I can handle this, I don't know if I can do this, I don't think I can do this, or, you know, and it's like, hey man, you made it this far, right? You got some grays in your whiskers there, you're still kicking, you're still doing it, you know. And I think a lot of people feel like that. I guess it is the imposter syndrome thing, but it's like, to me, it's, yeah, it just feels like more than that. It feels like just a general lack of trust and belief in self that can become habitual, like any negative thought pattern or habit. You know, whether it's trauma-based or related to mental health, or it's not, or it's just like you have self-esteem issues, or just issues with doubt. Whatever it is, I think it's common, and it can become habitual. And these negative thought patterns can become so ingrained, and we just ingrain them further and further and further and further, however you want to spin it. I like this one because it's like you're spiraling down into hell. But you know, and neuroscientists call it neural pathways that we're carving, and keep on driving on those pathways, and eventually the ruts become so deep that it's really hard to veer off course. But it can be done. I know it can be done because I've done it before. I've also slid back into the shittiness for whatever reason. Maybe I wasn't being diligent enough, maybe I let things slip, or maybe I started just falling into the negative patterns again, letting that old like voice beating myself up, whatever it was. But it can be done. And it's just like, man, we really just need to believe in ourselves, and I think give ourselves grace when we don't, and know that that's okay, right? Like, again, I'll speak from personal experience. When I'm doubting myself and don't believe I can do something or handle something, like, I don't know if I can handle this experience or this situation, I don't know if I'm strong enough, am I gonna feel overwhelmed or stimulated? Like, just instead I will persecute myself for feeling that way. So it's like, I feel bad, and then I'm beating the shit out of myself for feeling bad, instead of having compassion and grace and tenderness. I realized that recently, like, I need to be more tender with myself, you know? Give myself a break more. Be like, hey, it's okay. It's okay. You know? That whole kind of reparenting yourself, right? The thing that many of us don't get as children. That tenderness, understanding. So, I just wanted to share that. It occurred to me as something that probably a lot of people can relate to, and something that I want to work on and strive to just remember daily, like continually, like it's okay. It's okay to not feel like I know what I'm doing, like I haven't figured out, and to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to feel like a child sometimes. It's okay to think that I can't handle this situation or whatever responsibility I have coming my way. It's okay to feel like that, and I don't need to let it overpower me and destroy me and take me down. I can just sit with it, no matter how much discomfort there is, right? And it comes back to that old adage. Carl Jung said it, I believe, that whatever you resist persists. And I actually just read today that what he actually said was, whatever you resist, I think it gains power or grows in power. So it's even further than persisting. It's like it gets stronger. Like, oh shit, no wonder I've been getting worse at times in my life. I'm like, oh, I'm kind of, because I'm fighting it so much instead of just giving in and being like, this is how I feel. This is how I feel. It sucks. All right, give some time for it. Now I'm gonna go to the gym. Now I'm gonna go to work. Or now I'm gonna call a friend. Now I'm gonna go pet that dog. Now I'm gonna go, maybe if I can afford it, I can go back to bed. I'm gonna have a nap. Whatever it is you need. Anyways, that's it. Peace out. Thanks for listening. Love y'all.